Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Herb's Comic Book Journey. This week we will be tackling the Green Lantern. And there are many Green Lanterns, as there are Alan Scott, Guy Gardner, John Stewart, just to name a few. But this week we will be tackling Hal Jordan. And in this one, this is the New 52, as we did last week. But this week we're going into the New 52 of Green Lantern. And this is basically kind of like Sinestro's, which is the bad guy, his redemption story, if you will. Starts off with Sinestro in the Hall of the Guardians of the Universe, and he is reciting the Green Lantern's creed. I guess that's what you would call it. In brightest day, in darkest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. And as he's standing in the Hall of the Guardians of the Universe, the Guardians ask him, like, how do you feel after you repeat this? Because he was part of the Yellow Lanterns last time. And he, excuse me, he feels kind of weird about it because they took his power away. The Guardians of the Universe took his power. And just in case if you don't know what they are, they're like little blue people. They are basically the unbiased opinion protectors of the universe. But the Green Lanterns are they're basically the cops of each universe in different sectors of the universe. This is basically starts off with the Guardian saying, hey, we want you to redeem yourself, even though we took your ring away from you. So he goes off to his sector and his home of his home of Kurigar. I'm trying not to butcher it. Kurigar was enslaved, and he wants to try to take down the Yellow Corps. Destroy the Yellow Corps. So we go back to Hal's apartment, because at this time Hal was stripped of his ring, and after it was the war of the Green Lanterns, and now he's getting his life back together. Only thing about it, he's 3 months late on his rent, all his utilities, so he's also been gone for a while, and he's been MIA with the Air Force, so they dropped him. Yeah, shit's hitting the fan. So in the midst of all that, he's even asking his once girlfriend, Carol, to go ahead and, hey, you think you can help me out with co-signing on a new car? Instead of just asking her out. But I mean, at the same time, if you've been out of the universe for out in the universe trying to be the Green Lantern, you're basically not even thinking about everything else that's back at home. So shit's really hitting the fan, but then all of a sudden, kind of like a blessing in disguise for him, Sinestro shows up. And then he's looking at Sinestro like, what the hell are you doing here? You're a bad guy. Why are you a Green Lantern? And he's basically gives him a second, third, fourth, fifth chance because, hey, Hal, you need me. You're everything is hitting the fan at this point, and the only thing that you have left is this ring that I'm going to give you. And it was based off the power of the one that Sinestro has. So Sinestro gives him his power, but he's kind of like his dog. So he's like, you can only go but so far. I'm only letting you do it from what I say that I allow you to do. And so in the midst of him getting some of his power, he's like, "Oh, I finally got my power. Hold on, there's something going on over here." He goes to a bridge that's breaking down, that's almost demolishing with people on it, and he tries to save them. But Sinestro's like, "You're not listening to me. I have your power." So he stops everything and lets everything fall. But in the midst of it, as Hal is going off on him, saying like, "Dude, you can't let them die." Shut up, okay? He builds up the whole entire bridge again, and then you see that the bridge is up back to normal. People who were on the verge of dying, falling off the bridge, is safe, and everybody's thanking them and everything. So it gets to the next part. Sinestro is basically saying, "Here, I'm giving you this ring. I need your help." And Hal is like, "Dude, you're still a piece of shit. What makes you think that I will actually help you?" And once again, Sinestro has to remind him, "Dude, I have the power. I need your help. This is all that you have. You're shit at this point. You have nothing. I'm here to help you have this ring back. The only thing you need to do is help me out with trying to get my destroy the yellow core." And in the midst of them talking, there is this yellow lantern that comes out. He really is a nobody at this point, and they demolish him instantly. Excuse me. So in the midst of that, they finally head off to go into his sector. But all the while, the Guardians of the Universe have other options going on, because they see that they had another group that they had created prior to the Green Lanterns, and they want to make sure that everything is going straight. But it turns out that they want to make a better army, because the Green Lanterns are the second army that they created, but they want to look for a better version of them. And that's when they say, "Let's go and make another one." In the midst of all this, I have reading this whole these two comics, because it is like I said last week with Aquaman. This one is, the pictures more so take up more in the first two issues, and it's really at reading it, learning more about it. It's really interesting, because it took me a while to figure out how Hal lost his ring. But this is basically saying this is the best version from a recent version of explaining who the Green Lantern is. I love the, excuse me, I'm sorry. I love the illustrations. The pictures are very on point, like they are with Aquaman, because DC is actually really tight at making their comic issues. And it's a whole series, and this one is based on Sinestro trying to take out the power, destroy the yellow core. Like I said before, you guys can go and check it out on the DC Universe app, or you can go ahead and look it up. They should have some on Amazon. But yeah, check it out. Really good issue. And until then, next week, every Wednesday. Check you guys out later. Peace.